Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Cobalt Moon. We've got some bad news. The chase that I started about a day and a half ago is over. I actually knew this yesterday before I recorded the video, but I guess I was still processing the feedback that it was over, which is why I decided to focus on what I had picked up. So, yeah, my coaching call. So basically, I have reached the pinnacle, and that was communicated once again when I tried another way to complicate my business. And he was like, "You're doing too much. Just keep doing what you're doing." So I talked about, how I wanted to maybe speed up some of the sales to be in that 30-day sell through instead of 45. And I was like, oh, maybe can I just do 3 of every 5 and slowly trend it up? And I saw him, I saw his legs kind of give out. I have watched it back a few times. I like to watch it back because I think as I am talking, I'm kind of blacking out because I'm trying to figure out what I am trying to ask. And then in the replay, I usually watch myself and see where I got off track, because sometimes I don't actually answer the question. I tangent somewhere else. And then another time I watch back my coach's reaction so I can really understand the feedback. And yeah, yesterday was a funny one. I definitely was spicy, but I think it was warranted because in the playbacks, he kept not answering my question because I think he was stuck on trying to communicate that what I have built my business to is great and I can leave it alone and keep doing that and not complicating it. And I was stuck on asking my questions that mattered to me because they've been bouncing around my head for a week and I need him to give me feedback on them. But my questions, according to him, are not going to make an impact on my business and basically a waste of time for me to keep thinking about. So what I'm thinking of doing today is I'm going to talk about all the things that I thought were important or things that I brought to the table on what to improve that have been shut down. So yeah, I'm gonna probably squish this video together, so there might be a lot of jumps because I am kind of just doing this from memory. If I miss a lot, I'll record a second video where I actually prepare for this conversation because I think it'll be interesting. So what I've noticed, I am spending a lot of time in my personal life trying to simplify. And this has spread across all regions. It started in the business and then it moved to kind of an evaluation about how I run my life and then who I spend it with. The people I am surrounding myself now with are way more level-headed, don't care at all about my inconsistencies, and are actually more of a reflection about who I currently am. So that's been interesting because some of these people, surface level, I wouldn't see myself being friends with them. For example, this one girl who I absolutely love, she is really big into raves and she will, extend invitations. Her and her friends like doing raves. I've never been to one, nor do I ever want to, because that sounds like my absolute worst nightmare. She invited me to a rave a few months ago that was called a Shrek rave, where everyone dressed up like Shrek and went and danced together. And I was like, thank you so much for thinking of me, but absolutely not. I will never be doing that in my life. So yeah, don't have a commonality there. I do like music. I will listen to music. I will listen to dubstep. Not really my genre of choice, but I have in the past. Okay, anyways, I have simplified in terms of people, which is a direct reflection of the amount of energy that I have to give and the capacity I have dealing with people who are more close to me in terms of I want to be grounded. I want to be not filled with drama. I I just want less bullshit, and that's been great. I have simplified what I wear. In my closet, it's mostly like solid colors, earth colors. Like I have a lot of like maroons and navies and like moss green and black. Well, I ended up buying like a 8-pack of black shirts, and I've just been wearing that every day, and I love it. Call me Mark Zuckerberg, but like if you try it, it's great. Like one less thing to think about. It's comfortable, and then my accents or fashion statements are what I wear over it. Okay, but also, as you've seen in the videos, I only have like 2 or 3 jackets that I really like, and I just kind of interchange them. For a while, I tried to wear a different hat in the videos so that, you know, you could see it was a different day, but I don't really care about that anymore. So yeah, kind of simplified my clothing. Simplified the way I eat. I was on meal kits for a while when I was dating my last person. That has moved to convenience food, partially because I'm not really a cook, or at least don't have the energy to cook elaborate meals. But just like buying simple foods, it's easy on the grocery budget. I can never get tired of chicken nuggets. It's like my comfort food. Like, it just has simple stuff in there. Okay, so while I have been slowly transforming the personal side, I have transformed the financial side when I created all those buckets and automated the way I save. Well, I think what's happening here is now that all of the other stuff has calmed down, I'm taking my extra creative energy and funneling it into my business. But the problem is I'm complicating it when the constant feedback is don't change it. So, okay, now we've gotten to the point where I can talk about what I have brought to the table that have been shot down. Okay, so my main question that I went in yesterday with was, is it better to build out the space and then grow into it, or build shelf by shelf? And these shelves can hold 14 boxes each. And that would take me, if I was, you know, filling 8 every day into them, that would take me 2 weeks. And then I would need to build another shelf. And I've been thinking mostly about like, I need to talk to an adult who have probably done this before, and they can tell me what would be the biggest time saver. That's really what I'm looking for. And so I brought it to the call, and the feedback was, you're only selling 3 a day, so you can walk a mile in your office and you will still have a lot of time in your day. So like, steps does not matter with where you currently are. Also, it doesn't matter if you build them all at one time or piece it out. Like, it's all the same. Okay, so that seems like very like anchored, grounded, logical. Not really the answer I was looking for. I was wanting a definitive which one would save less time and then do that. Last month, when I had double the number of items, I was at 4 a day. Okay, so I've shrunk. I'm now at 3 a day, but I'm listing 8, selling 3, so I'm netting 5 every day into the store. So as I grow the amount of listings, ideally, I will also grow the amount of sales, therefore I will be netting less. The space will take longer to fill up. So even though I can fit like 2,000 items in here, if I were to build out the space, and I'm currently at like 570, my coach, who knows math way better than me, basically told me it would take like 1.5 years to actually fill up because of the whole positive negative netting part of this. So I don't even need to worry about the shelves or how to do it, because this is like a year-long journey. So that was one. Another thing, I kind of talked about how I wanted to double and go from 8 to 16, because in his business, he doubled every time he moved up. And he was like, you don't need to copy me. You need to copy me putting money in my bank account. So again, not really focused on the right things. Talked on this channel about raising my ASP from $40 to $60 so I can profit more per item. Apparently I've hit the ceiling and I should stay where I'm at. That is inconsequential. I think that was the word I heard a lot yesterday. So we'll just add that in. Let's see. Raising my ASP, inconsequential. Chasing more profit, inconsequential. Building the space, inconsequential. I talked about I have exceptions to my business that are not backed by data. They're backed by experience. So like I will take a chance on any Japanese import that's over like $50 list price, even if it only has like 3 listings that are live. I will still take a chance on it and see if it'll sell. That is not backed by data, and I wouldn't be able to teach that. Unless maybe I learned tags, then I could teach it, but they're like all written in Japanese. So like chance of that happening is probably low. And so I brought it to the call being like, I can't really scale this part of the business. And I learned that also doesn't matter. And it really doesn't matter because it's only me running the show. Like it would matter if I had employees, but also doesn't matter because you can't really scale outliers. I would just give my employees like the brands that I'm currently learning. For example, you guys, if you watch my videos, you would probably see that I will usually pick up any medium-sized Douglas. Doesn't matter if it's a dog or a unicorn. I will pick it up. Things like that I would give to somebody if they were finding items for me. I don't know if I've said already, but moving my sell-through from 45 days to 30 has been chopped. He was like, it doesn't matter if you speed it up. Like, you're still going to be selling a lot. And if you start not picking up items that give you the profit you want, but have a slower sell through, that would be a mistake. And I wasn't saying that. I was saying I wanted a mix, but I just wanted to be trending to the faster. I talked about how I have scroll brain moments and I pick up like bags, those like metal Danbury mint cars that I knew nothing about and I sold the exact same day. Like, I don't know. I can't just do plush. Like, even though I'm good at it, like it's my brain, I just want more. And this is me complicating things. So now I'm like adding boxes that aren't plush. I'm like probably have to get different boxes, whereas I put plush in like poly mailers. Like, anyways, I talked about how I just can't just do plush and I am getting distracted by other things in the thrift. And like, I wanted to ask him like, is that me being a bad business person? And he was like, is the money still green? And I was like, yes. He's like, okay, so it doesn't matter. Just keep going. And yesterday in particular, especially since I watched it back a few times and I could see where we missed each other and where my question didn't matter to him, but it really mattered to me. And I feel like it was if you could see a left brain, him, logical, and a right brain, me, creative, talking and trying to find middle ground. That was yesterday. So I also had this like visual come up as I was talking to him. You know, I told you guys like I feel like I'm on level A and he's on level Z, and there's friction sometimes because we don't understand each other and we're just trying to. I'm definitely expanding him as a teacher, but we're just confusing each other. And anyways, I think through the gray of yesterday and me, I said so many times, okay, we're getting away from the point, because he'd like tangent down something else and I'd be like, nope, that's not my question. Let's get back to my question. So anyways, it felt like I was not on level A anymore. It felt like I was maybe on level like C. It felt like I had gone up a bit in the world. I can't really explain it past that, but maybe it was just because there was a hint of validation from him where he said like, you know what you're doing, just keep doing that. And then I was like, oh. Okay, that brings me to one other thing I remembered. I talked about how I'm forcing a 90-day sell-through because I am just getting rid of all of my 90 days and sending it to a whatnot person. And I told him that I was cool with it, but that to be vulnerable was feeling insecure about my strategy because it was very different than the strategy I have been told works for other people. And, you know, it's back to those like Who made the rules? Okay, I can do that sometimes, but then other times I'm like, okay, I'm doing it my way, but I don't know if it's right, and I don't know if it's gonna work because I don't have enough data to support it. Like, I'm only through one cycle of 90 days at this point, so I don't really know. And part of me is like, this is great. You're going into the unknown and you're figuring it out and you're finding what works for you. And the other side is like, why are you making this so fucking difficult? Like, had you listened to somebody else and just done exactly what they said, you wouldn't have all of these like feelings of insecurity and like anxiety. Okay, so anyways, the tangent to the tangent. See what I'm saying? It's like, I can't even have a simple sentence. There's just like all of these other thoughts on top. Okay, I don't even remember what I was talking about, but so the 90-day thing. I shared my vulnerability that that because I haven't been listening to other people and just doing whatever I want to do, I feel kind of awkward and weird about it. And this man is not very emotional, so like I should expect this reaction, but he basically laughed. And he laughed, the best part is, he laughed like how I really laugh. If I think something is really funny, and this has started within like the last like maybe 4 or 5 years, because my laugh changes as I go through life. If something is really funny, I will just do one really loud ha. So I know I have this like nervous laugh that I do right now, but when I'm, watching a comedy show or something, yeah, one really loud ha is very funny. And this man did that. I didn't know he had a one ha ha. But we were just like back and forth. Like, I was muting, he was muting because I think he was eating at the time, and I was muting because like just nervous laughter is not really part of the conversation. Yeah, he literally unmuted to do one ha and then remuted. So he was laughing, which is okay. This has been the battle since the beginning, and it's probably gonna just keep going because I have always been like this. I have always marched to the beat of my own drum. I have always gotten social feedback and done whatever I want to do. And I think I'm learning, okay, honestly, for a while, I didn't really think this dude liked me. I thought I was annoying to him, or I don't know. I just got the vibe that he wasn't about me at all. But that was kind of hard to like ask for help when I'm feeling like I should not be asking this man for help. Okay, this is just my own insecurity talking. If you have anxiety, you probably relate. Okay, so I'm kind of learning slowly. I think he does like me because I've noticed that he tends to really poke fun at people that he likes and give them a hard time. And he knows, because I told him I don't like debate. And he just wants to debate me. And if I try to get him back on course of answering my actual question that he doesn't agree with, but I don't care because I just want my question answered, he kind of laughs at that too. Anyways, okay, back on course. Where were we? 30, 90? Oh, okay. He told me that it doesn't matter that I am forcing a 90-day sell-through if it is working for my business, if I am still making the money I want to, and if I want to listen to other people who are telling me it takes longer than 90 days to sell, well, they're probably fools. And he brought up a good point, which he was like, yeah, plush in general as a category probably does have a slower sell-through, but you're picking up the best of the best, and those probably don't need to take 6 months. They might sell in a week. And then, of course, my like little my rebel side immediately was like, light bulb moment. Okay, let me mess with him and tell him I want to push my 45-day sell-through to a 10-day sell-through. Because it's true. I have sold things the same day as listed. Like, I've sold things fast. The Miniso bear, We Bear Bears that I shared, that was 10 days. I could just do more of that. Screw all these other items that take 30 days to sell. I'm only picking up ones that sell in 10 days. I'm gonna get him one of these days. Okay, I'll leave it there before I get myself into more trouble. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.